Greetings, y'all. I am back in my home base in the Pacific Northwest and hanging out with family for a well-deserved rest after the 4 months that I spent on the road on my East Coast epic tour. One of the highlights on that trip was my helicopter ride over Niagara Falls, which I made a short of, so if you're interested, take a look. Part of my R&R regimen is to use the Discover Pass like I did several years ago and get reacquainted with some of my favorite spots. This is what they look like, and you hang them on your rearview mirror. You can write up to 2 different plates for 2 different cars on the same pass. It's $30 if you can buy it in person throughout the state of Washington at various locations. And if you buy it online, they add another $5 for processing. If you used it every day, and you certainly could because there are campgrounds throughout the state that are open throughout the year, I believe I figured out it would cost you 8 cents a day. So it's a very, very good deal. You can also, if you're a Washington resident, check them out of the library for maybe a limited amount of time over the weekend or something. So that's definitely worth looking into. Later today, I'm going to drive to one of the most popular of those Discover Pass campsites, and it has a limited amount of time for 1 year that you can camp in it. So I'm hoping I get a spot. It's the middle of the week. In addition to the Discover Pass campsites, I'm also revisiting some of the favorite stealth camping parking accommodations that I basically cut my teeth on as a brand new baby Nomad. And I'm in one of them right now. It's a hospital parking lot that has a tree canopy above it, and you feel like you're in a campground here. It's the best. It's supposed to be 84, 85 today, and that's not where I shine. So I found a trail I remembered from the last time I was up here, where there's plenty of shaded parking, and you can walk through this trail and stay in the shade most of the time and cool off. Some of these campgrounds have campground hosts and a box to take your registration card. Yay, I was able to get into the campground, but combined with the 2- and 4-wheeled vehicles this campground is designed for, plus the 3 generations of dysfunctional family in that huge RV, it's been interesting. Yes, it is bug season, and in order to help me sleep at night and not get eaten alive, I've put up my rectangular Mombasa net. They're usually used for camping outside, and you hang them from trees, but I have mine pinned to the top of my rig. It works great. I purchased this one at REI. There's also the Cochran brand available in places like Walmart, etc., etc. Highly recommended. So, what else don't you need to do as a nomad? You do not need to be able to stand up in your rig. Is it helpful? Sure. Would it be nice? Sure. Is it necessary? No. I've been living out of my SUV going on 4 years now, and I love that it contains everything that I need, gives me shelter at night and during inclement weather, but I would prefer to be outside, active and moving around, like all the benefits that this lifestyle accrues to people. I am vetting a next vehicle, and I could have gotten something I could stand up in, but it's not a priority. So that one is not going to have that feature either. You do not need to have a sink in your rig. You don't need to use up the space that a cabinet to fit that sink into would take up. You do not need to fit a 10-gallon, 20-gallon jug of water that's difficult to fill up, and the pump can be unreliable and break down. What I've used for the last 3 years of being on the road, and then the 2 years of practicing before that, is this ketchup dispenser. This is my faucet, both for personal hygiene and for cooking. It allows me to conserve much more water than I would be able to in a regular sink. You do not need to use toilet paper on the road, at least for number one. I have been using pee rags since I've been practicing and on the road. They're very comfortable, easy to store, and easy to wash. I just throw them in my laundry bag when I'm done using them. Of course, I'll use wipes for number two and dispose of them into the plastic bag that I take care of my business in.